Okay, so while we were discussing about communication barriers, we have learned about psychological barriers, cultural barriers, linguistic barriers, and all these things. But how to overcome these barriers, that is also very much important. First of all, you need to understand the things that which type of communication are you making and with whom. So the listeners or the persons with whom you are communicating, they should understand you properly. That means we know that what is a proper communication? The proper communication process is that whenever whatever you are trying to say or whatever you are trying to communicate with to the persons, they should understand it, they should decode it as you have encoded it. That means whatever you are trying to make them understand, they should understand it in that way, and their feedback that should also come in such a way that will successfully make you think that okay, whatever I am trying to make them understand, they are actually understanding it. So first of all, whatever you need to do is avoid physical distractions. Suppose I am communicating over here. The first thing I will have to do is I will be comfortable. If suppose I have some itchiness over here or any other thing I'm feeling, I will be distracted to that. Or if I'm not prepared properly, if I don't know whatever I'm trying to say to people or what to say, if I need to check every time, I will be distracted. So these are the psychological barriers. I will say that you need to avoid the psychological barriers. So if I am completely just making myself thinking that whatever I need to tell, what is that? If I'm just trying to make these things every time in such a way, it will not be proper for you all. Likewise, physical distractions is also important, that you will have to be comfortable physically and mentally. That's why you will be in such a way, you will be very much helpful to make others understand as well, because they will also be very much they will also be comfortable with you. If you are not being understandable to them, it is not going to be possible to make a successful communication. So your language should be easy and simple. If I am trying to use jargons or different types of slangs which are quite not known to you people, that is not going to be a successful communication. We know some professional slangs, we have already discussed about those things. We know about jargons. While we were having the classes of emails, we have talked about jargons and different abbreviations. So if that is not known to you, then how are you going to decode my words? Whatever I am trying to tell you people, it is not going to be a successful one. So first of all, I will have to make the listeners, or as a speaker, what is my work is to do, I will have to calm myself, I will have to be comfortable, and likewise I will have to make my listeners comfortable as well. They should know whatever they are learning. They should know why are they learning this. They should know that whatever I am trying to speak, that is easily understandable to them. Otherwise, they will lose their interest. If you are not understanding, first 5 or 10 minutes, you will try very hard to understand it. But if you can't make it out, then obviously you will lose your interest. So to overcome the communication barriers, you will have to make yourself understandable. For that, use easy, simple, lucid languages. Avoid any type of physical distractions. Maybe that kind that is coming from your inner self, maybe that is from outside, maybe that is from your environment. Try to avoid those things at first, whatever it is. Then create a proper atmosphere for you, for the listeners, and go on. You will rock it. Empathize with your receiver. Don't make it in such a way. Suppose we are having a communication class, right? So whatever our medium instruction is English. If from the very beginning, the instructor or the person who is standing over here is just taking it in such a way that they are not being able to communicate, or they are not going to understand, or they are not going to say anything, then it's gone. going to be proper in such a way. Why? Because we will have to understand each other. We may not know a little bit of things, or maybe we know nothing, but we are here to know something and everything. So that is the step. You will have to make them feel that you are for them. You are here so that you can help them. You are not here to instruct them. You are not here to tell them what to do, what not to do. You are not here for that. Why are you here? Why are you communicating? Because you are here to help them. To help them out to understand it in a better way. To help them out to know it more and to make them expressive. Right? That is the first thing we need to do. Then listen and read effectively. Whatever or whenever you are communicating, maybe in a business trip, or maybe you are going to define any kind of product, some words are given to you. So what you will have to do? Whatever you know about that product, you will have to utilize it, so that others can also understand it in your way, not in any other person's effective way. Rather, you sell it in such a way that not only you are the person who is trying to exhibit it, but you are the one who uses it. You use it. You make it like that. You make it lively. You make it productive. You make it effective in such a way so that others can relate to it. Likewise, whenever you are communicating, maybe you are communicating with your friends, maybe you are communicating with your family members, or with your elders or seniors or business professionals, doesn't matter. In each and every communication, to make it effective, what you will have to do? You will have to communicate properly, effectively. Whatever you are listening, whatever you are reading, that should be proper, that should be effective. Effective in such a way that not only you are trying to say anything to make others understand, but realize. Suppose I have given you this pen, I have a pen over here, and I am telling you people that any one of you just come over here and say something about this pen. You can say whatever you are seeing over here, and you can also point those things. So reading is not only the textbook reading the items as well. Communicating, we know that communication is not only the form of written language or the spoken. Rather, we also make eye contacts, or body languages are there which we use to communicate, to make others understand whatever we are feeling, whatever we are trying to make others understand. Right? So, if I'm going to sell this to you people, or I'm going to define this thing to you people, I will try first of all to express the things or explain the things which are visible to all of us. The colors, the shape, the size, and then I will just try to describe about its effectiveness, its work, its usefulness. So go in such a way and know whatever you are trying to promote, whatever you are trying to say. Promotion, it is not like that every time you need some article to promote. You might promote your thoughts also. That is also a kind of way of communicating yourselves properly. Then coming to this, be calm and avoid physical barriers, understand cultural variations. That is also pretty much important. To whom are you dealing with? We all are here. We all belong to different family backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds we have. We need to know about it. We need to respect those variations. We need to know more and more about the different aspects or different areas of the people with whom you are communicating with. Suppose I am talking to any one of you who is from this very region. They know about the local people, the languages, but if I am having someone who is not speaking your native language. So I will have to find some common method or some common medium to communicate with. Or maybe you have a complete different setup at your home. So before talking to that person or communicating with that person, you will have to understand, you will have to know, and then you will have to show your respect, as well as you will have to make it in such a way that they can feel ease with you. They should not feel that I am something different. I don't belong to this particular genre or this particular place because I'm the only one, or others are not like me, or I'm not like them. Don't make them feel that they are the outsiders. So the cultural variation, the language differences, the backgrounds, everything is different. We all are different. Respect those differences and empathize, be calm, try to remove all the psychological barriers or whatever issues or problems you have, try to overcome those as soon as possible, because without completely setting these bars down, you cannot go on with your effective communication process. So here is the thing, I will ask you people if you have any kind of question.